Hey guys, I'm Lex,
And I'm Trex.
and this is Exploration Unknown.
The greatest prison that people live in is the fear of what other people think. What happened to me as a result of all the ridicule I went through is that I stepped out of the fear of what other people thought.
Straight Judy, pop the fucking phone down, be like,
Booty chop. Oh shit.
alright, what's up, guys? We have a spooky season episode for you guys today. So, I'm sure many of you, if you're weird like me and was in the Outcast group in high school, you know what creepypasta is. Trex here. He's too cool for us. Doesn't know what a creepypasta is. So we're gonna inform him and get his genuine reaction to some of these stories.
Yes, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I did no research on this because I want it to be a true reaction. Okay, she's gonna read off a couple of stories. Let me give a genuine response.
Yep.
Um, I honestly cannot wait to hear it. And if it's great and I've been missing out on it, I'm gonna be
It's
really upset.
for anyone that doesn't know what creepypasta is, it's basically it's kind of like fan fiction, but twisted fan fiction. So, an example is what I'll start with. So, the Rugrats. Sure, we've all seen it, heard of it. Yeah, the Rugrats.
Don't ruin the Rugrats.
The original version, the Rugrats really were a figment of Angelica's demonic and unimaginable imagination. Chucky died in 1986 along with his mother. That's why Chaz is a nervous wreck all the time. Tommy was born in 1988 but was a stillborn. That's why Stu is constantly in the basement making toys for the son who never had a chance to live. The DeVilles had an abortion in 1990. Angelica couldn't figure whether it would be a boy or a girl, thus creating the twins. So Phil and Lil are a figment of Angelica's imagination, which apparently all of this is. Um, as for All Grown Up, the teenage Angelica became addicted to various narcotics, which further aggravated her schizophrenia, bringing her back to her childhood and thus the creations she obsessed over. Because of the time lapse between the present and the last time she interacted with her creations, she made them older. Angelica was constantly taking hits of acid, so she would never have to live without her creations, who were her only company. In a judgmental world, Angelica's mom actually died of a heroin overdose in 1982. Can you hear them barking?
You're good. You're good. Like I can hear you still. Oh, fuck. Don't mind that, folks. So, did you guys know that Mars is far as fuck from us?
Jesus.
Did you guys know?
This is why we can't have nice things.
I've been keeping them entertained. I asked them if they knew that Mars was far as fuck.
Should I leave this in or should I edit it out?
You should definitely leave it in. It's more authentic.
Okay, that works. Um, anyways,
Mom
Angelica
died of an overdose on heroin.
1982, just after Angelica was born. And Drew, in his depression, married a gold digging whore that Angelica idolized because she fooled herself into thinking it was her real mom, but always had a concept of her mom, Cynthia. and took a Barbie doll and made it after her mom's image, wearing an unwashed orange dress and having jacked up hair, which is why she was so attached to it. Later in life, she followed in her mom's footsteps with drugs and everything, dying of an overdose at the age of 13 when All Grown Up was canceled. The only Rugrat not to be fictional, however, was unborn Tommy's brother Dill. However, Angelica didn't know the difference between Dill and her creations, although Dill did not follow her commands. After endless crying and a refusal to disappear like the others did when Angelica was angry with them, she hit him. Due to this, he sustained a brain hemorrhage, which resulted in a deformation. As he grew up, his damage only became more evident, and by the time he was 9 and all grown up, he lived as an outcast, being ridiculed for his weirdness and retardation. The immense guilt over this is what led Angelica to her drug use and is what led Angelica to uncreate the Rugrats briefly, until her experience with hallucinogenics. On a trip to Paris to find love, Chaz married a woman named Kira. He was actually going to marry a different woman named Coco, but she just wanted him for his money.
With a name like Coco, could you not see it coming? Just-
The signs were all there, but I guess he thought it was a circus. Who had a daughter named Kimmy that was torn from her because she was a cocaine addict. So
Why does this whole story have to do with drugs?
this is the story behind the Rugrats, supposedly. But he lost his mind after the death of his wife and was in denial that she was ever a prostitute. Upon return to America, Chaz and Kira married and she got her green card. It was actually a really happy and romantic story. Kira continually struggled with addiction but was relatively happy with her life and Chaz. Susie was actually Angelica's only friend who entertained the thought of Angelica's creations for her sake. Angelica spent the last days of her life in the back of the school cafeteria, imagining friends around her and playing with the lives of her creations. So this is the original version. There's also a tweaked version.
Can I go off of this one?
Yes. I can save the tweaked version for another episode. If
Yeah.
people do another creepypasta episode, I can do the tweaked version.
Like,
And
I want one. That shit's interesting, but at the end of the day, I'm kind of horrified because this is a show that I used to watch when I was a kiddo. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time, it was based upon like a fucked up story. What the fuck? I
I gotta
think
pull her up.
society. Oh my goodness, a children's show. You get all this shit from from that fucked up story, and you create a children's show for it. Not only that, you give it a spinoff.
But like I said,
I wonder why the world's fucked. Well, America's fucked up.
this is I don't think any of this is like actual like what the creators intended, like how this started. But at the same time, like you said, the world is very fucked up. This could be how this started.
Well, you said that's the original. Like, is that like what do you mean by that's the original?
That's
Like,
the fan fiction.
oh, okay then. Never mind. I take all of what I just said back.
Like, because as far as I know, creepypasta is just fan fiction. I know y'all are probably like, this bitch over here unprepared as hell. You are right. You are right.
It's been a rough couple days for us, y'all. We just
Yes.
we going with the motions just like y'all are, man. I know you guys probably been wanting to see us, or maybe not, but either way, we're here. Better late than never.
Okay. I'm gonna click on famous creepypastas and pick one.
So the thing about the Rugrats,
Hmm.
the original version of it, I think is like generally I think it's fucked up, but it I guess it's a way of showing awareness. You know, like if it was for that purpose, then it's a way to spread that awareness. But in the actual cartoon, there weren't any signs of it. You know what I'm saying? To spread awareness. But the fan fiction definitely does depict the uh the ideology of it being that case of a drug, mental illness, type of thing. So yeah, I can see it. I can see it being a thing, but who knows what the original creators' thoughts was on it? Could have just been a bunch of fucking babies. Got anything else?
All right. I'm going to do the Slenderman because that's where Slenderman originated, from what I understand.
And this is all creepy pasta, which is again, folks, fan fiction. I forgot for a second. I thought it was real.
Yes, when I read this story, I am not intending for anybody to take what I say to heart and take it as a fact and act on it.
In other terms, don't take it literally. It's not literal. It's not literal.
It's
Okay.
not it's not that deep. Okay, let's see how. There it is again. What is this thing? I can't take this anymore. It's like everywhere I go, all I see is this horrible, tall, thin, and seemingly faceless creature. It's been haunting my dreams as well ever since I first saw it. All it does is stand there and watch me. I can't shake this constant feeling of being watched. Like it's like I'm never alone. I hate it. I can't sleep, I can't go outside, and I can't function as a normal person anymore without it being there. I've done a lot of research on it in the last couple of days, Googling what I can best describe it as. All I could remember was it being an impossibly tall, thin man. I say impossibly because no human could be that height and that thin.
So Yao Ming.
Uh-huh.
Yao Ming.
See, so a human could be that tall. No, I'm just kidding. I say impossibly because no human could be that height and that thin. It's just not goddamn natural. I tried my best to remember its face. I figured that would help narrow the search, but there wasn't one. I have no memory of seeing this thing's face. It was just a blur. But then I could never look at it long enough without feeling uneasy. I usually just walked the other direction or something, or if it was a dream or a nightmare at that, I would always wake up before I could get a clear look. Well, the research provided me with something called the Slenderman. What the fuck is a Slenderman? The mythical creature is the thing that's been stalking me. No, it can't be. I refuse to believe it. I've not left my house in 2 days. I've been held up reading all of these Slenderman stories and accounts. Needless to say, sleep has eluded me for the duration. Nothing's going right anymore, and I think I've angered it by not letting it in my dreams. I keep hearing banging on the windows late at night and creaking floorboards as I'm laying in bed. I know they say houses do that on their own, but this is different. The creaks aren't that of a house settling. There's weight behind them, like soft footsteps. However, every time I go look, Go to look, there's nothing there, but when I re enter my room, I always get the sensation I'm being watched. Tell me, have you ever been sitting by yourself in a room, windows and doors closed, when suddenly a door opens for no reason? I think everyone has, but I'm different. I swear it's not the draft. I've had all these windows locked for about a week now. I'm not one to believe in ghosts or anything of the sort, but this is just an eerie feel to it. Whenever the door spontaneously opens, it gets noticeably colder in my room. The second I leave the room, however, all the other rooms are back to normal. So it's not like my thermostat is on the brink. Any room, however, except my own. My room has been getting cold recently, real cold. I've resorted to lighting candles all around the room to try to heat up the place. I don't know what's happening and I'm starting to lose it. I went outside for the first time in over a week. I thought maybe the delusions were coming from being cooped up and spending too much time scaring myself reading about Slenderman. I went through my day to day life as best as I could, and to my surprise, no sightings of that thing. Everything was going fine. In fact, I was starting to forget about the whole thing. That is, until I was heading home. I was walking through the woods, trying to take in as much fresh air as possible before I went home, when I stumbled across a piece of paper lying in the middle of the footpath. I'd normally just have written it off to be some litter left by someone. But it was crisp white. It looked like it had been carefully placed there. No longer than perhaps 20 minutes ago. I picked it up and turned it over. It was a drawing of that thing, the Slender Man. A very crude sketch depicted him with the words no, 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 scribbled down the sides of the pages. As I tried to decipher the page, the clouds quickly darkened, turning to heavy black. I best get home quick before the rain hits. I thought to myself, no way I'm home. Er, I thought to myself, now I'm home, sitting staring at this fucking picture, going out of my mind, trying to figure out just how it got to where it is, thinking about how new it looked, and wondering what sick fuck drew this and left it there for me. I'm just gonna go to bed. I'd be as well to get some sleep. I swear that picture's cursed. Slenderman was in my dream again last night, and it seemed so real. I was lying in my bed in my dream, and I had woken up and seen him standing there in the corner of my room. I tried to scream, move, do anything, but I couldn't. I lay there frozen in fear, wondering what would happen. He lifted his arms and stretched it a good 10 feet to the headboard of my bed and rested his hand. I say hand, but they didn't feel like hands, more like tendrils. And I don't know what that is.
What was it?
Tendrils. I've never heard that specific phrasing. But
And I'm gonna look it up.
over my eyes, and I went back to sleep. When I woke up, there was nothing. What a fucked up dream. Oh, and do you know what else has been happening since I brought that picture home? My electronics have been fucking up. My laptop shut down on its own, even with full battery. My TV randomly turns to static. My phone keeps getting no reception. Along with the opening of doors, the constant sound of footsteps at night, you get the picture. I'm burning it tonight. I'm taking out the back and setting the fucker alight. No, 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 no. This can't be happening. I watched that get burnt last night. I took the piece of paper outside last night and watched it burn. How can it be back? What kind of twisted bastard would put a duplicate copy through someone's mailbox? This really isn't funny. I can't even phone for help because my electronics won't stop acting up, and I'm too paranoid to leave the house. I don't know what to do. Things are getting too much to cope with now. Day after day, more and more of those damn pictures keep coming through. Nothing works in the house, and I keep thinking Did you find it? What is it?
Right. So a tendril is a slender thread-like appendage of a climbing plant, often growing in a spiral form that stretches out and twines around a suitable support.
So, like a vine.
Yes.
Okay.
That's creepy as fuck.
Yeah. fucking 10-foot long vine hands. Fuck that. I swear. Okay. Nothing works in the house, and I keep thinking I'm seeing him in the house. Whenever I leave the room, I think I catch a glimpse of him in my peripheral vision or in the corner of a mirror as I pass by. It's driving me insane. Has this thing really invaded my home? If so, there's no safety to be had. If it can get me here, it can get me anywhere. Doesn't mean I won't go down without a fight, though.
I mean, how do you fight that fucking thing though?
I don't know. I'm almost at the end of it though. I accidentally scrolled too far. Okay, I've locked my doors and all the windows and took enough food and water from the kitchen to last me about a week. I'm going to hold up in my room for as long as possible. I don't feel safe outside, nor do I feel safe in my own home. This is my last resort. I know he's got something sinister in store for me. I just know it. Why else would he go through such lengths to scare me to the brink of my sanity? Well, I've barricaded myself in my room for now. Nothing's getting in here without my say so. It's getting late. I'm going to try and get some shut eye. Shit, what was that? I swear I heard something move. It must have, because it woke me up. This is no ordinary footstep that I heard at the beginning of all of this. Oh no, that was a loud and deliberate thud. It must be messing with me. The Slenderman knows I'm here. I would get up out of bed to turn the light on, but there's no point. He has been messing with the electrics. I lay here scared out of my mind, staring into total darkness. I know this sounds crazy, but have you ever seen a darker shade of black than normal? Like when you're in a dark room with only a little light and everything casts a shadow, but some shadows seem darker than the others. I swear, even though I'm currently in near blind darkness, that corner is darker than the rest. It's the same corner that was in my last nightmare. It's like the darkness is moving. My night vision is getting better now. I can see in a little more detail. Oh, no, 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 no. I can see the outline of a man form in the corner, a really tall, thin man. It looks like he's wearing a suit. Oh God, it's him. He's here. Just like in my dream, I lay here, frozen in fear, wondering what's going to happen. He lifts his arms and stretches it across my room and over my head. He rests his hands. No, these aren't hands. These are tendrils on my forehead. I thought about grabbing his arm and trying to push it away, or getting up out of bed and trying to break down the door, but something told me there's no use. Nothing would help me now. His tendrils grew length and snaked down my entire body, slowly wrapping themselves around me into some sort of blackened cocoon. Before I could scream, the blackness reached my face and covered my mouth. As it enveloped my head, the last thing to be covered was my eyes, which were firmly shut the whole time. I decided to open them one last time. I looked directly up, and he was there, standing directly over me, looking down. That was the last thing I saw before the darkness claimed me. Although he has no face, I swear, he seemed to smile. That's it.
Okay, couple of questions. First of all, first of all, I get his fan fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, why the fuck was this motherfucker walking through the woods, knowing goddamn well there's a goddamn thing or entity out there after him? Okay, why would you walk through the woods? If anything, well lit. Hell, take a cab or something. Shit. Um, and the whole cocoon thing, like if the darkness consumed him or her, whoever the fuck this was in this story, um, how did this come about? Was it like a diary? How did the ending get in the diary? There's so much stuff that could have been followed up on in this fan fiction that could have persuaded me to actually. It was compelling. Not gonna lie, like the story was really good. but there's several holes in it that I could poke out, which is semi believable because I believe in entities and spiritual energy and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So hey, that's possible, bro. Like I told you about this. I was playing a Ouija board with a couple of friends in Tennessee, and it was witching hour, and we did it exactly at witching hour, and I seen this woman that was all of what's about 200 and something pounds, all right, get flung across the fucking room. Whatever the fuck we was chatting with on this Ouija board did not like this bitch's energy. All right, it tossed her ass, and I know it wasn't like one of those fake toss because she flew like 10, 15 fucking feet. All right, that's good enough for me to be like, okay, what the fuck did I get myself into? All right, so first of all, if you know anything about Ouija boards, you know that you're not supposed to leave the board without saying goodbye and closing the portal.
Yep.
She left involuntarily, but she left the board. Her hand left the guiding tool.
But she could have came back to it and said goodbye.
She was too fucking afraid. Would you? Like she was gone. She got fucked up. She
I
got
would have.
thrown across the room. This is a heavy woman.
Bye, bitch. Bye,
This
bitch.
thing was not playing any fucking games. All right. As soon as I seen that, I wasn't playing any fucking games. All right. Goodbye. Out that fucking crib. I'm good. This bitch showed me the next day she had a bruise on her fucking ribs right here. That was a deep, dark purple and black. I
Ooh,
never seen a bruise like that, dude. Like it was fucked up. And it was deep. Like it was big as shit. Like this thing didn't like throw her. It fucking like gut shotted her ass across the fucking room, dude.
look, I had you know those old box TVs,
Yeah.
like old school TVs. Okay, well, I had one of those in my old room. Me and my
Oldest
sister
in here.
playing with a Ouija board. We had played with it multiple times, and because we had always sensed something at our house, so we wanted to figure out what the fuck's going on. Bad idea.
I could tell.
Candle gets knocked over into my leg. I have hot wax all over my leg. So we jump up to go clean it up and everything. We hear a thud come from our bedroom. We're like, what the fuck? So we go back in there to see what the fuck's happening. I know, typical white person move. Don't come for me. It was my room. I was like, what's going on? So we go back in there and I had a nail polish bag, like in an old makeup bag. I had all my nail polish sitting on top of the box TV. You could be running back and forth in that room, jumping up and down. That nail polish bag was not coming off of that box TV unless you forced it down.
Right.
We go in there, that's on the ground. Open it up, only my red nail polishes are broken. Only the red ones.
Because entities like demons and shit don't like red. That's why apartments and houses and shit you see with a red front door. Because it's a spiritual protection from entities.
After that day, I had so many crazy interactions, like sleep paralysis.
Dude, we got to do an episode on that. I got a story for that, and we don't want to drag this out. Oh my god.
We will. We will do that.
We got to put that in Discord immediately after this.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll do it now because that's something that had we're gonna force that. That's gonna be an episode in October. Like it has to happen.
Um, that is all I think I have for this one.
That was
If
good though. That was
yeah,
good. Like those stories, it's fan fiction. It was good. The first one was more compelling to me because of the vision,
have to that.
that person was coming up with. Like, geez, man, that could be a thing. Like with
Yeah.
with 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 growing up with the shit that I've seen and experienced and stuff like that. it's been very believable. Like mental illness is a real fucking thing. People with schizophrenia actually see shit. The mind is a powerful fucking tool, man. We don't know. No scientist today can tell you they know everything about this thing up here. We know jack shit about this thing up here. All right. We don't know why shit causes the way
Do
that it goes. Like this thing is far more powerful than we can even fucking fathom right now. All
the
right. It's capable of many things.
the one thing that we do actually know about our brains is we only have access, I think, to like 20% of our brain capability.
How much?
I think it's like 20%.
I don't even think we use that much. That's a lot. Let me see. And then we'll end it. We can end it after.
Yeah, we're only able to use so much of our brain. Like imagine if because that movie, what is that movie?
Limitless.
No, it's the blonde girl where she ends up like kidnapped and they like store drugs inside of her and make
That's
her,
too much credit.
huh?
You gave us too much credit.
Why?
We only use a 10% of our brain.
Damn.
Yes. The data clearly shows that the large area of the brain, far more than 10%, are used for all sorts of activities, for seemingly simple tasks like resting or looking at pictures to more complex ones like reading or doing math. Scientists have yet to find an area of the brain that doesn't do anything. Our brain can do a bunch of shit. We just don't know how to tap into it because yet we're so fucking basic minded. All right? That's the fucking problem. We can't fucking evolve because we have fucking idiots on the planet. That's why. That wants to fucking blow us up, fucking assholes. I'm sorry.
All right. Anyways, um, if you guys want us to do another creepypasta episode, sorry guys, technical difficulties. But if you want us to do another creepypasta episode, let us know in the comments or email us at explorationunknown2022@gmail.com.
Or go to our pod page. All of our links are on our pod page. Exploration Unknown. All right? I can't stress that enough. You want to support us on every platform. All right?
I
If you
mean,
want
YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
all of that stuff is on that pod page. All you have to do is go to that pod page. It's a one-stop shop for all of our links. Uh Definitely we want to appreciate everybody watching from across the world.
Yes, because
Right? We appreciate all support.
we have noticed we have a couple listeners in the UK and Switzerland and Canada.
You did say New Zealand, right? Could have sworn you said we had a listener in New Zealand.
Was it New Zealand or was
I
it
could have sworn it could have been. I don't know. Yeah, I
Switzerland?
could have sworn you said New Zealand. It could be Switzerland or both. Who
Let us
cares?
know. Let us know.
By
We're
all means, if you guys want to share our content too, share it, yo. Like we want nothing more than that. Like you
and
guys listening is enough, you know. But if you want your other people to come and support you, think they'll like it, send it to them.
our socials are also going to be at the end of the video, per usual. So run up all the socials. We want
Yeah,
to.
follow. We follow back too. We're not one of them assholes, you know. Like, oh, follow us, and we'll follow you back.
Yes.
Like, we're not asses like that.
We're not like super cool high up podcasters. We're literally just some normal ass people that do this for fun.
But even if we were high end, like, we would still love you guys the same, man. Like,
Yes.
especially our day ones. Y'all gotta let us know who the day ones are. Like, the people that been here since episode 1. All right, we want to know so we can show y'all love.
Day ones need to email us or DM us on Instagram, and I will do shout outs on Instagram on our stories.
And man, never know. Might be more when we get big, you know, raffles, drawings, and massive love to the ones that show love to us. Like it's a help each other type world, man. Like let's go back to the 1920s, minus all the shit that happened in those times. All right, I'm talking about like I help you, you help me. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of like money, 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 help me help you. All right, you know how to fucking build a house. All right, I know how to put in the walls to the house. Let's build a community. All right, that's what we're doing here. We're trying to build a community. Be my house builder to the wall builder. All right, come on, guys.
I can supervise.
You can supervise.
I can't. I don't know how to build no house or hang no
Don't
wall.
know that. It's a metaphor. We're metaphorically speaking.
All right, guys, that's it.
And it's only when you do it that you realize what a prison you lived in before. And what it gave me was a personal understanding of how easy it is for a few to control the many.